And a very good Monday morning to you. Tensions rapidly escalating across the Middle East.
With new strikes overnight and the president not happy about it. It is June 8th. This is Today. On the brink, Israel and Iran trading more attacks, threatening to push the region back into an all-out war this morning. President Trump demanding both sides stop immediately, saying he calls the shots in the region. We're live with the latest. Plus, this Meet the Press moment.
Let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
The backstory behind President Trump's abrupt end to Kristen Welker's exclusive interview over the weekend. Breaking overnight. A major earthquake rattles the Philippines, toppling buildings and triggering a tsunami. At least 19 people killed, hundreds more injured. The search for survivors underway this morning, and we will have the very latest. Pratt falls. Former reality star Spencer Pratt slips to third place in the LA mayoral race. The votes still being counted nearly a full week later, with the November runoff against the current mayor on the line. Where things stand, straight ahead. Ticked off. Scott Pelley speaking out in his first televised interview about his 60 Minutes firing.
Right now, CBS
what he's
News
now saying about his dismissal, the new allegations he's making against the network, and how he feels about the other correspondents' decision to stay. Those stories, plus medical mystery. Olympic legend Simone Biles recovering from a life-threatening health scare, calling it one of the scariest experiences she has ever had. What we've learned this morning. And Garden Party, the world's most famous arena, set to host its first NBA Finals game in decades.
Won't go. Rebound taken by Vassell. It's over. It's over.
The Knicks taking Game 2 in the nick of time and coming home with major momentum over the Spurs. It's the hottest and most expensive ticket in town, and we've got some fun surprises for some lucky fans today, Monday, June 8th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
There it is. Good morning. Welcome to Today on a Monday morning. Pretty city all dressed up for the NBA Finals.
Oh, SG, here's a live look at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, where tonight, Game 3, Knicks, Spurs. I mean, you mentioned hottest and most expensive ticket in town.
It is indeed. And, of course, that buzz at MSG, live shot there, extends right here to our plaza a few blocks away. And we've got some special surprises later this morning. Legendary Nick Patrick Ewing is coming by.
Yeah.
One of the biggest Knicks superfans there is. Tracy Morgan stopping by. And I don't think they're coming empty-handed. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
It's going to be a fun
Plus,
morning.
I like your tie.
Thank you.
Knicks
Thank
colors.
You. Trying to give some love to the hometown team. Let's get to that breaking news, though, on this Monday morning, including those tensions rising once again in the Middle East. Iran and Israel exchanging strikes for the first time since the April ceasefire.
They're being described as some of the largest attacks since the early days of the conflict back in February. And the latest coming despite warnings from President Trump telling Israel not to retaliate and saying he calls all the shots when it comes to any potential peace deal. So we've got two reports for you this morning. Let's start with NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. He's in Jerusalem with the very latest. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Savannah. President Trump posted on social media a short while ago that Iran and Israel must immediately stop shooting and said that peace negotiations are nonetheless continuing unless he, quote, ignorance or stupidity get in their way.
Iranian TV overnight showed large, excited crowds of regime supporters in Tehran celebrating as Iran launched missiles at Israel. Those bright spots in the sky are believed to be some of the missiles on their way. Iran's Revolutionary Guard released video claiming to show the launches. NBC News cannot verify the footage. The Israeli military told NBC News this morning Iran fired approximately 30 missiles, most of them shot down. A video shows what it was like in a plane that landed in Tel Aviv this morning as missiles were inbound.
Missiles are coming here. We need to get off this airplane, please. Can you tell the pilot, please?
Israel responded to Iran's attack within hours, the Israeli military hitting a petrochemical plant in Iran. The IDF says 7 sites were struck by the Israeli Air Force, describing them as Iranian strategic defense systems. Iran, too, not reporting casualties. The trigger for all this, Iran says, was Israel's bombing on Sunday in Beirut, targeting the Iranian-backed group Hezbollah. Iran says it's a violation of a deal worked out with President Trump last week. After Iran's attack, Trump told Axios he would ask Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu not to retaliate. And he told the Financial Times that Netanyahu will have to accept any deal the U.S. negotiates with Iran. Quote, he won't have any choice. I call all the shots. He doesn't call the shots. Noticeably absent, the U.S. Iran did not fire a single shot at American warships in the Persian Gulf, American bases, or any Gulf allies, while CENTCOM released a new video showing American forces in the region ready for action.
We could hear the interceptions as Iranian ballistic missiles flew over Jerusalem this morning. Iran is suggesting that its barrage, however, has now ended. The armed forces releasing a statement saying that its military operations have been suspended. Savannah?
Richard Engel leading us off. Thank you, Richard.
President Trump is also making headlines for his weekend interview with Meet the Press, a conversation he abruptly ended over the line of questioning. NBC's chief White House correspondent Garrett Haake has the latest on this one. Garrett, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning. This interview, set in a barn in Wisconsin, grew stormy in more ways than one. Loud rain on the metal rooftop interrupted the discussion repeatedly. And when the question moved to President Trump's baseless claims of election fraud, the president ended the conversation altogether.
With the dishonest.
Listen, we traveled all the way.
New fallout this morning from President Trump's contentious interview with Meet the Press. The president repeated baseless claims of election fraud, seizing on last week's primary elections in California, where votes are still being counted.
Do you think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a winner?
State and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
There is no evidence of election fraud or problems with ballot counting in the state. Pressed for evidence to back up his claims, the president escalated, then abruptly ended the interview.
You're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But Mr. President,
you're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know.
I've sat in the rain with you for an hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what? A country can never be great with a dishonest press.
Listen, we traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Earlier, the president discussing the war with Iran, pressed about his 2024 campaign pledge of no new wars.
I will not send you to fight and die in a foolish, never-ending foreign war.
What changed? Because you insisted no new wars.
First of all, I didn't guarantee no war. Why would I have built the strongest military in the world? I built our military.
The president also defending his administration's controversial $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund, declining to rule out the proposed taxpayer-funded compensation for January 6th rioters who attacked the Capitol and police officers. Even after the Justice Department told a court last week the fund is, quote, not going forward.
So are you looking for a way to revive it?
Well, look, if it was up to me, I'd pay them the kind of money that they deserve. People have been destroyed. Lives have been destroyed.
As for the subject that ended that interview, the president posted repeatedly overnight about what he calls crooked and rigged elections in California. His evidence for those claims may have to come in another interview with Meet the Press. Kristen reported Sunday that she spoke with President Trump over the weekend, and he agreed to come back for another sit-down. Craig?
Our chief White House correspondent, Garrett Haake. Garrett, thank you.
Well, votes are still being counted in those closely watched primary races in California, including for mayor of Los Angeles. And in the latest tally, former reality star Spencer Pratt has lost his narrow lead for second place. NBC's Liz Kreutz joins us with a closer look and why that matters. Liz, good morning. What's the latest on where things stand?
Yeah, hi, Savannah. Hi, Craig. Good morning to both of you. Let's start with that big shift in the race for L.A. mayor. Conservative reality TV star Spencer Pratt has dropped to third place behind current Democratic Mayor Karen Bass, who we know is heading to the runoff, and progressive city councilwoman Nithya Raman. Over the last several days, Raman has been gaining ground on Pratt, and she now leads him by a little over 3,000 votes. Pratt appears to be taking issue with that late surge, echoing President Trump's baseless claims of fraud on social media. And it comes as the Justice Department has launched multiple election fraud investigations here. Now, as for the race for governor, NBC News is projecting that Democrat Javier Becerra, a former Biden cabinet member, will advance to the November election, but it still remains to be seen if he's going to face conservative political commentator Steve Hilton, who has been holding strong in second place, or fellow Democrat and billionaire climate activist Tom Steyer.
So Liz, help folks understand why it's taking so long, why some of these ballots are taking so long to be counted there in California, and what's behind that late swing of votes.
Yeah, so, okay, much of this has to do with California's vote-by-mail system, which is how the majority of voters here cast their ballot. The state allows ballots to be counted as long as they're postmarked by or on Election Day and arrive within 7 days afterwards. Mail-in ballots also have a very lengthy verification process they then have to go to. That can take a while. And sheer volume here is also a factor. LA County alone, for instance, has more registered voters than most individual states do. Now, as for why there's been that late swing toward Democrats, they do tend to vote by mail more than Republicans. Also, many Democrats in this race, particularly because the amount of candidates in the governor's race, strategically waited until the final days to vote to see who polls were showing had emerged as the frontrunners. Craig and Savannah.
Okay, Liz, thank you very much.
Well, now to that breaking news overnight. The Philippines rocked by a powerful earthquake. The death toll quickly rising there as crews search through the debris of collapsed buildings for survivors. NBC's Janice Mackey-Frayer joins us with the very latest. Janice, good morning.
Craig, good morning. Even in a place accustomed to earthquakes, this one was intense. At least 19 people are dead, dozens are injured, and a fuller picture of the destruction is only now emerging.
This morning, growing fears of devastation from a disaster after a powerful earthquake shook the Philippines, measuring magnitude 7.8 and centered offshore, some 20 miles deep. Elementary students returning to school after their summer break huddled together as strong shaking brought down the roof, while triggering 3-foot tsunami waves along the coast. Among the areas hardest hit, the southern port city of General Santos, where several buildings collapsed. This is what it looked like inside one of them, in the rush to get people out. The airport sustaining damage and closed temporarily. The quake hitting just after 7:30 a.m. local time, with a series of aftershocks that followed. For hours, a tsunami warning was in effect across the Pacific, the president declaring an emergency. The region in the so-called Ring of Fire experiences hundreds of earthquakes every year. The challenge now, with widespread damage and thousands displaced, getting help to those who need it.
With evacuation and relief efforts underway, the Philippines military is being deployed to help out rescue teams. People are also being warned to stay out of damaged homes and buildings because strong aftershocks mean there's a real risk even more could collapse. Craig?
Janice Mackey-Frayer on that breaking news for us. Janice, thank you.
Well, a lot more to get to, including the excitement for Game 3 of the NBA Finals later tonight. Knicks will host the Spurs at Madison Square Garden. This is the first Finals game there in 27 years, and to say the atmosphere will be electric, well, that's an understatement. NBC's Sam Brock over at MSG for us. Hi, Sam. Morning.
Savannah, good morning. To take that another step further, the Knicks haven't won a championship since 1973, which is to say there's about 5 decades of pent-up energy that are about to play out on the streets of New York. Now, Savannah, President Trump is going to be inside of the arena later tonight. That comes amidst, of course, heightened security and a violent incident at Penn Station overnight. This ahead of arguably the most important sporting event at MSG this century. A big night ahead in the Big Apple.
Brunson on the drive, stops, falling away, it's up, it's good!
After the Knicks won in that last-second thriller on Friday, fans getting primed for tonight's matchup against the San Antonio Spurs at Madison Square Garden. President Trump will be in attendance tonight, with security concerns already high. Yesterday, an alarming incident at Penn Station, which sits right below MSG.
I just saw the cops. They were just running into that area. They pinned him down.
The FDNY says 6 people were injured in a stabbing attack, one seriously. Authorities responding, and a person believed to have mental health issues taken into custody. As for tonight, the city's law enforcement preparing for the president's visit and an influx of fans at the arena with TSA-style screening procedures and attendees encouraged to come 2 hours early. But Knicks fans' enthusiasm sure to be felt across the city while the players are bracing for anything. What are you anticipating?
Garden going to be rocking. Obviously, in this city we love our Knicks.
The Spurs playing with a cast of young talent, including phenom Victor Wembanyama and Brooklyn native Julian Champagnie coming home.
Knocks down another.
The Knicks are the staple of New York, in my opinion. So coming back here and playing against them in the championship, it's been great.
The get-in price at MSG, somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000. A basketball bonanza, now featuring celebs like Ben Stiller, Timothée Chalamet, and Spike Lee. While regular New Yorkers will be packing bars and restaurants like O'Brien's right across the street.
It's wall to wall, it's inch to inch in here. You can't move. There's so many people in here, but it's been a lot of fun.
Now, guys, the raucous watch parties that have been held on a big screen just outside of MSG have been canceled tonight for the president's visit, but moved to nearby Bryant Park. As for history, that is on the Knicks side. The only 2 teams in NBA history to win the first 2 games on the road, the 93 Bulls and the 95 Rockets, both went on to win the championship. New Yorkers, I'm sure, Craig and Savannah, would take that outcome.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Yeah, they would.
That's a fun fact. All right. What do you think? Knicks in 4?
Knicks in 4.
Okay.
Listen, Friday, when they came back from 14 down, I was like, I fell asleep early in the fourth quarter. But when they came back Friday, I was like, oh, I don't know if they haven't lost a game since April.
I know.
I mean, it's just.
They're on a roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Roker's back. What you got?
It's very exciting.
How old were you?
I was 18.
18 when they won the
last championship.
That's insane.
This is great. Fantastic. Anyway, let's take a look. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Unless you're in the stretch from Minneapolis all the way down into the southeast, where we have flood watches and warnings for 27 million people from Iowa City, Springfield, Missouri, all the way down to Atlanta and Knoxville because of rain just coming over and over and over again. For today, we got a risk of severe weather from Denver all the way to Wichita, damaging winds. Can't rule out a tornado or 2. Tomorrow, that threat ramps up, especially in the northern plains, with strong tornadoes possible, wind gusts of over 75 miles per hour. Wednesday, that threat moves east for Minneapolis, Dubuque, Burlington, but also Kansas City can't be ruled out. Chicago also in there for 27 million. Thursday, Chicago, you're in the bullseye. Madison, Wisconsin, Peoria, Illinois, St. Louis, looking at severe weather, tornadoes likely, and wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour. Some places in the mid-Mississippi River Valley could be seeing upwards of 8 inches of rain or more, and that's why those flood watches and warnings are out. We're going to get to your local forecast coming up in the next 30 seconds.
Wow, we are back, 7:30, with one of the many highlights from last night's 79th Annual Tony Awards. Host Pink there, leading a milestone anniversary tribute to Chicago, while also honoring the best of Broadway. We're going to have more from the show ahead in PSSP.
She's so talented. It's incredible.
Can do everything.
Yeah.
Can do everything. That's coming up. But right now, though, let's get to your news here at 7:30. We're going to start with the latest on the ousting of veteran 60 Minutes correspondent Scott Pelley.
He is now speaking out for the first time since he was fired from the show last week, describing in a new interview what he calls political bias at CBS News. NBC's Erin McLaughlin's got the story. Good morning to you.
Guys, good morning. In the hour-long interview with the New York Times, Scott Pelley says he's heartbroken, while also calling on Paramount, the parent company of CBS, to step in to save one of the most successful broadcasts in American history.
We'll be back next week.
This morning, veteran 60 Minutes correspondent Scott Pelley is calling out CBS leadership as incompetent and inexperienced.
Right now, CBS News, in my view, is on fire.
part of an emotional interview with the New York Times, his first since being fired from the story broadcast.
There are people in that room who go to war zones when they are pregnant. To have people running CBS News who don't know that, have never felt that, and don't understand it is a tragedy I never expected to see.
Pelley was let go after accusing Barry Weiss, the network's editor-in-chief, of murdering 60 Minutes during a closed-door staff meeting last week, railing against the decision to dismiss correspondents Sharon Alfonsi and Cecilia Vega, as well as the show's senior producers. In the hour-long sit-down, Pelley alleged editorial interference at a time when CBS's parent company, led by David Ellison, is trying to push through a $110 billion mega merger, which requires regulatory approval from the Trump administration.
As good move forward and to the right.
Pelley pointed to his February coverage of the killing of ICE protester Renee Good, alleging Barry Weiss directed his team to make the protesters look more violent and to describe Good as driving toward the officer who shot her.
There was a thumb on the scale for the president's version of events that I felt was a level of political influence that I had never seen in 37 years at CBS News.
In the end, Pelley says he refused to make Weiss's changes. In a statement to NBC News, CBS says the email from Weiss had no motivation and were proposed solely to make the piece as strong, fair, and accurate as possible. Pelley was also visibly shaken when asked about these scathing comments the president made about him.
Scott Pelley's a stiff, and he's afraid. And he's part of this, gang of crooked, stupid people that don't care about our country.
You become a journalist because you love the country. There is no democracy without journalism.
Aaron, there had been so much speculation about the three remaining correspondents, whether they would stay or go. They've made a decision. They issued a statement.
Yeah, that's right. All three, Leslie Stahl, Bill Whitaker, John Wertheim, issued this joint statement saying that they're going to be staying put for now, that they do not want to see the storied broadcast die, while also pointedly saying, quote, newsrooms are not supposed to be run like dictatorships. Now, Pelley says he hasn't talked to the remaining three since he was fired, but they previously had a conversation about the possibility of leaving. They decided to stay to uphold the principles of the broadcast. Pelley says he would have stayed had he not been fired.
It's an interesting interview because he said he didn't expect to walk in his boss's office and be fired even after that fiery meeting. So it's a fascinating interview. Aaron, thank you very much.
All right, still ahead here on a Monday morning. Olympic legend Simone Biles revealing a terrifying health scare, calling it the scariest experience of her life. What we know about her ordeal, the mystery that surrounds it, and her recovery as well.
But first, looking for a gourmet dinner tonight? Have you considered your local gas station? Yes, from baked treats to made-to-order mahi-mahi. No? We're going to show you why convenience stores are suddenly becoming the place to grab a great meal. For real, right after this. We're back 7:39 in depth today, and this morning the rise in gas station dining.
Apparently it's a thing. And a surprise to many, convenience stores from coast to coast are now becoming gourmet meal destinations. NBC's Ryan Chandler is at one of those spots in Dallas, Texas. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Craig, good morning. We're here at Fuel City, right on the edge of downtown Dallas. The Monday morning rush is on, but it's not the gas pumps that has people flocking to this place every day of the week. The real destination every Dallasite knows is right here. Some of the best breakfast tacos in the city, and it's food like this that shows, Craig, gas stations are about so much more nowadays than just fuel.
I'm so hungry I can eat a sandwich from a gas station.
What used to be food just for convenience is now at a culinary crossroads.
I'm always finding good Indian food in gas stations.
From kimchi fried rice.
Man, this is just bursting with flavor.
To mahi-mahi tacos. Food from the gas station is feeling more gourmet. As the Wall Street Journal puts it, your next great meal may be at a gas station. Many pumpside convenience stores are expanding their menu as consumer habits are changing, and inflation-wary Americans are hungry for more affordable choices.
Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but I swear this gas station tastes better than half the restaurants I've ever been to.
According to a 2025 poll from InTouch Insight, 72% of Americans see convenience stores as a viable alternative to fast food chains and other quick service restaurants, a 56% jump from the year before.
Hiring people who have restaurant industry experience to work there, they're offering value deals and they're preparing food on site. They're doing all the things that you would expect a fast food restaurant to do.
From local gems like Mendez Fuel in Miami that makes fresh, made-to-order sandwiches and acai bowls, to major chains across the country, stores are all upping their food game, hoping customers come in to fuel up.
I cannot believe that this is gas station food.
Think Japanese-style egg sandwiches from 7-Eleven, freshly chopped brisket sandwiches from Buc-ee's, and cheesy breakfast pizza from Casey's, complete with freshly made dough. Even stars like Noah Khan getting in on the hype.
And you find yourself a kind of a gas station connoisseur?
I feel like I'm like the Michelin guide for gas stations.
Industry experts say chains continue to broaden business beyond fuel, drinks, and long-declining tobacco sales.
Look at this thing. This was $13.91.
Easy ordering and a range of options for every diet. Drivers are filling up on a whole lot more than just gas.
When they up their food games the way they've been doing, it only increases that loyalty that customers have for them.
All right, so Ryan, the summer travel season almost upon us. Are there like special deals or trends that people should be on the lookout for?
Well, Craig, the trends show us that right now is the hot time for gas stations like this all across the country. They really want to capitalize on the breakfast crowd, the commuters. They're trying to compete with the fast food chains for that. I'll say you sound skeptical, Craig, but trust me, every time we're on the Today Show, the first thing that our crew asks is, when are we coming to Fuel City? Cash only, $3 tacos, so much more than gas here. And trust me, it's a great spot.
Cash only, $3 tacos. Love it. Love it.
Cheaper than a gallon of gas right now, too.
A lot cheaper, yeah.
I'm here for the tacos. The mahi-mahi at the gas station. I got a little fresh fish, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But I was saying that you love a Buc-ee's.
Oh, my gosh. In fact, I took Pete Breen, our senior producer, to his first Buc-ee's when we were down in Springfield, Missouri.
What'd you guys
We got barbecue, we got fudge, we got Bucky nuggets. I mean, we loaded up. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, yeah. Although I will say, you go to a taco stand, you're not really worried about gas, are you?
You should be.
Yeah. Little methane?
Yeah.
Fill her up. Woo! Oh. Better out than in, I always say. All right. Good morning, everybody. Enjoy your breakfast. Jet stream way up to the north, so we got summertime warmth in the midsection of the country, also the Northeast Great Lakes as well. We are looking at Des Moines today, 85 degrees, Syracuse, 83, Raleigh, 93, Dallas, 91 degrees. Move on into tomorrow. Look at those temperatures. Minot, North Dakota, 84, Sioux City near 100, Burlington, Vermont coming near 90 degrees, hotter in Burlington than in Roanoke. And look, as we head into the weekend, D.C., you're in the mid-90s by Friday, low 90s in New York City, upper 80s in Cincinnati. St. Louis, you're in the low 90s to upper 80s as well. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. That's your latest weather. Ooh, guest hashtag PSSP.
Yes. Emily Aketa.
Hi, good morning. Popping in for Carson this morning. Last night, the stars of the stage celebrated the biggest shows on Broadway. The Tonys opening with host and music superstar Pink, Flying Through the Air, classic as Peter Pan. And after some encouragement from veteran host Neil Patrick Harris, Pink decided to drop the theatrics and sing from the heart.
Hey. Standing on stage at the Tony Awards, 10-year-old me is like, oh my God, this ain't ChatGPT, this ain't Claude, this is live, so I hope you applaud. For this cast, this whole team, every kid with a dream, every lady mama.
So good.
Wow.
The show-stopping performances continued with Josh Gad and Andrew Rannells returning to reprise their roles in The Book of Mormon to honor the musical's 15th anniversary. No one does it like them. As for the winners, John Lithgow grabbed his 3rd Tony Award for playing Arthur Roald Dahl in the play Giant, making him the oldest man to win an acting Tony. And the biggest prize of the night went to Schmigadoon, taking home the coveted Best Musical Award. Congrats to all the winners. Schmigadoon, the Broadway musical about being stuck in a Broadway musical.
Yeah. Lorne Michaels, I think, is behind that.
Yes, that's
it was
right,
a TV
he
show.
produced a TV show on Apple TV Plus. And John Lithgow, 53 years between his very first Tony and this Tony. In fact, the first time he won a Tony, the New York Knicks.
I was about to say the 53 years.
Oh, that's, I don't think it's coincidence.
Okay.
Let's go.
Thank you, John Lithgow.
Let's go.
Thank you, Em.
Thank you. More Pop Start coming, of course. And I see JBH over there, so it must be boost time.
Hi, guys. Yes, we've got a viral adventure so sweet you'll wish you could get left behind at the airport. We'll explain right after this.
And welcome back. Jenna Bush Hager here for Monday Boost.
Hi, guys. I brought the boost, and this is a very special one. You get that? Okay, it started when a cherished teddy bear named Bobby was left behind in an airport lounge. And when the Webb family left on their vacation, well, American Airlines employees found and took special care of Bobby, making sure he stayed entertained until the families returned, sending many updates along the way. Bobby even became an honorary member of the American crew. Wow. And you guys, over the weekend, our station in Dallas caught 4-year-old Patrick's big reunion with Bobby.
Wow.
Bobby even returned with his very own passport, documenting his week-long adventure.
That's
cute.
Well done.
Do you remember that book, Knuffle Bunny?
Yes.
In it, that sort of...
Mo Willems.
And it's like the dream. The parents are like, please return.
I was about to say, not shown the tantrum that had been going on for weeks. I always tell like new parents, if you're going to have a lovey like that, get a duplicate.
Yes, absolutely.
We did, but Mila was always like, no, this is not the same one.
She knew.
They know.
She knew.
And you can tell Bobby was deeply loved.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I also love it when stuffed
You mean
animals are named human names like Bobby.
Bobby. Cute.
All right, still ahead, we've got a packed Pop Start loaded with music, including a special guest, Questlove.
Come
But
on.
first, your local news.
It's 8 o'clock on Today. Coming up, major escalation overnight. Iran launching missiles at Israel. Israel firing back within hours. And the president calling on both sides to stop immediately. What it means for the war in the Middle East. Then, speaking out, Simone Biles sharing a major health update, revealing she almost died and calling the incident one of the scariest experiences of her life. What she's now saying just ahead. And ChatMD, hundreds of millions now turning to AI for health information.
Using a chatbot solely without ever seeing a doctor can be dangerous.
But how accurate is the advice? Vicky Wynn stacks it up and gets an in-person doctor visit. What she found just ahead. All that plus Disclosure Day star Eve Hewson live in studio.
Do you think there could be others?
Have no fear, Amy Adams is here.
Why would I be afraid of you?
And Knicks legend Patrick Ewing and superfan Tracy Morgan join us live on the Plaza.
Go New York, go New York, go!
For a celebration and surprises you do not want to miss. Today, Monday, June 8th, 2026.
Visiting today from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Spring Lake, Michigan. Gardner, North Carolina. York, Pennsylvania.
And Edmond, Oklahoma.
Maggie's 11th birthday wish.
Make it on TV.
Celebrating our first wedding anniversary.
Hi to our grandkids.
In Mountain View, California.
Our first trip to New York City.
Hey, and my grandmothers, we love you, Shay Shay and Hans.
Let's go,
And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Today. I think we've got some excited Knicks fans out there on this plaza. It is Monday morning, and tonight it's Game 3. Knicks on a roll.
I can't remember the last time there's been this kind of energy in New York City.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's, yeah. All right, so hopefully there's a win tonight. Tomorrow morning, though, right here on Today, Hollywood superstar Matt Damon will be here. He's going to join us live to talk about a cause that's really close to his heart. and far from Hollywood as well. So we're looking forward to sitting down with Matt tomorrow right here on Today.
But first, on a busy Monday morning, let's get to your news at 8, and we're going to start with the escalating tensions in the Middle East this morning. Iran and Israel exchanging attacks for the first time since the ceasefire and threatening to push the region back into an all-out war. NBC's Richard Engel in Jerusalem for us with the very latest. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Savannah. We haven't seen anything like this since April, and President Trump seemed extremely frustrated by this escalation, posting on social media this morning that Iran and Israel must stop shooting at each other immediately. Iranian TV overnight showed large, excited crowds of regime supporters in Tehran celebrating as Iran launched missiles at Israel. Those bright spots in the sky are believed to be some of the missiles on their way. Iran's Revolutionary Guard released video claiming to show the launches. NBC News cannot verify the footage. The Israeli military told NBC News this morning Iran fired approximately 30 missiles, most of them shot down. A video shows what it was like in a plane that landed in Tel Aviv this morning as missiles were inbound.
Missiles are coming here. We need to get off this airplane, please.
Israel responded to Iran's attack within hours, the Israeli military hitting a petrochemical plant in Iran. The IDF says 7 sites were struck by the Israeli Air Force, describing them as Iranian strategic defense systems. Iran, too, not reporting casualties. The trigger for all this, Iran says, was Israel's bombing on Sunday in Beirut, targeting the Iranian-backed group Hezbollah. Iran says it's a violation of a deal worked out with President Trump last week. After Iran's attack, Trump told Axios he would ask Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu not to retaliate. And he told the Financial Times that Netanyahu will have to accept any deal the U.S. negotiates with Iran. Quote, he won't have any choice. I call all the shots. He doesn't call the shots. And the Iranian military just a short while ago suggested that it has no intention of firing any more ballistic missiles, at least for now, at Israel, saying that the operation is suspended. President Trump says negotiations are still ongoing with Iran.
All right, Richard, thank you very much.
Back here, the search is on this morning for multiple gunmen who opened fire at a summer festival in Toledo, Ohio. Cell phone footage capturing the frightening moment Saturday night. Terrified families seen running for cover as shots rang out. Police say they believe 2 shooters were firing at each other and caught about a dozen people in the crossfire. In all, 12 people were hurt, including at least 1 child. The victims are said to be in stable condition this morning. Investigators are asking witnesses for tips as the suspects remain at large.
Now some scary health news for one of the greatest Olympic athletes of all time, Simone Biles. The star sharing on social media that she almost died last week. She didn't get into specifics, but told fans she is home now. She's resting in bed. NBC's Stephanie Gosk is here with more on this story. Steph, good morning.
Savannah, good morning. Biles called this medical incident, as you mentioned, one of the scariest experiences of her life. She says she'll explain more about what happened at some point. It's not yet clear if this could impact whether or not she competes in the 2028 LA Olympics.
This morning, gymnastics icon Simone Biles is recovering from a health scare. The 7-time Olympic gold medal winner posting on Instagram over the weekend, "Almost dying wasn't on my bingo card," sharing an image that appears to be 3 hospital wristbands. Biles adding, "This was one of, if not the scariest experiences of my life." She did not go into details, but said it happened while her husband, NFL star Jonathan Owens, was away practicing with the Indianapolis Colts. Biles later posting a picture from her bed where she's been resting with her dogs, attaching an image of her heart rate. Just days prior, according to her social media, Biles was doing backflips with fellow gymnast Zoe Miller. It all comes at a time of uncertainty over her Olympic future. She opened up about the decision in February here on Today.
What comes after all this?
We got a little bit more of things to do, and then we'll see.
Oh,
So do you feel
no breaking news. I'm so sorry, guys.
Biles has come back from adversity before, after withdrawing from the Tokyo Olympics in 2021 due to a mental block known as the twisties.
And we are just being told by the officials that Simone Biles is out of the competition tonight.
Biles prioritized her mental health and made the decision to compete again, sharing her journey in a Netflix documentary.
This time coming back, it's like it's truly for myself. I never want to look back in 10 years and say, oh, what if I could have done another Olympic cycle, or at least tried.
Her comeback at the Paris Olympics ending with 3 gold medals and a silver. Fans now hoping she'll bounce back yet again.
We are just over 2 years out from the start of the 2028 Olympics, so it's certainly possible Biles will still decide to compete again. Of course, it all depends on what happened and her recovery. Guys, we've reached out to her and her team, and we've not heard back.
Glad she's okay, though.
Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie.
All right, well, German tennis star Alexander Zverev is finally a Grand Slam champion after a grueling 2-week run at the French Open. There you have it. Zverev finished off Flavio Caboli after a 5-set match that lasted nearly 4.5 hours. Zverev winning his first Grand Slam title after falling just short in 3 previous appearances. The 29-year-old saying afterward, the win gives him a big boost of self-confidence, and now that he's won, feels like he can do it again.
All right, it was a good match. I watched. By the way, one other note, just breaking from the tennis world. 20-time Grand Slam champion, greatest of all time, Roger Federer, returning to the court at the U.S. Open.
What?
Yes, in August, a one-time exhibition match. He will play tennis legend Andy Roddick. Andre Agassi will be a part of it. John McEnroe. That will be in August at the U.S. Open. You know I'm here for all your Roger news.
I know you'll be there in August, won't you?
I will be there.
I'm sure you will.
Yes, I will. We are back 8:13 this morning on your health, AI, and medical advice.
Yeah, according to a recent survey, 1 in 3 adults at some point has turned to artificial intelligence tools for health information over the last year. But is that safe?
Yeah,
is it
Dr.
smart?
Claude. I don't know. Yeah, NBC's Vicki Wynn took a closer look at this. Morning.
Good morning to you both. Good morning to you. Between the rising cost of healthcare and increased wait times to even schedule your doctor's appointments, it is not surprising that more people are looking for free, fast medical guidance. But how does AI stack up to the knowledge and experience of a real MD? We asked 2 patients to try out both.
Start telling chat all of your symptoms.
It's the new way to get medical advice quickly and for free.
Use Claude to fix your sleep problems.
AI tools providing advice on everything from symptoms to possible treatments. OpenAI says more than 230 million users globally ask ChatGPT questions every week about health and wellness. But how accurate are these tools when it comes to helping everyday users with their medical problems? We got help from 2 patients who agreed to take their nagging health issues to ChatGPT and Google's Gemini. Then, for a second opinion with primary care physician and Northwell Health Program Director Dr. Lauren Block and her residents. First up, Jackie Kaplan from Long Island, looking for help with her headaches.
Tell me what brings you in today.
So it started about a couple years ago. I would just feel like a sharp little pain on the left side of my head, kind of like around here.
The online tools and doctors gave some overlapping advice. ChatGPT and Gemini both suggesting timing is key when treating a headache with medication, as did Dr. Block.
The sooner you take medicine, that will help. Absolutely.
But ChatGPT gave Jackie a list of 9 possible types of headaches she could be dealing with.
Any medical problems in your family?
Dr. Block also asked specifically about Jackie's family history, triggers, and work conditions. Information the AI didn't ask for based on Jackie's prompts, leading the doctors to this diagnosis.
This does sound like migraine headaches rather than anything more dangerous.
How did the information that you got on AI compare to what you got from the real doctor and the residents?
The doctors and everything, I just felt like if I was confused about a question, they were able to understand it. With chat, it kind of just oh, here's one option, here's another option, here's this one and that one. You can really just try so much.
Is it overwhelming?
Way too many directions, way too many.
Next up, David Stahl from New Jersey. He was diagnosed with gout last year and wants advice to avoid flare-ups.
So tell us a little bit about when this started.
Last year, I had a really crazy weekend.
and I partied a lot with my friends. The following Monday, I woke up and my toe was in immense pain.
Like Jackie, David got some similar advice online and face-to-face about limiting alcohol and meat in his diet. But his AI searches also prompted him to ask the doctors questions he hadn't considered before.
When I used AI, it told me that like sugary soda drinks are actually probably worse than beer.
Alcohol and processed foods, including sugar-sweetened beverages, absolutely have been associated with gout.
AI also offered something the doctors didn't: healthy drink recipes and excuses.
The AI tool also helped with suggestions to tell people why you couldn't drink, which was, I thought, pretty cool.
So the AI gave you social recommendations as well?
Yeah.
But Dr. Block says, like any technology, patients need to understand AI's limits.
Using a chatbot solely without ever seeing a doctor can be dangerous. They can't do a physical exam. They don't know all about your history, the other conditions you have, the other medications that you're taking, and they can't help advise you if you're having a complication.
You're saying don't rely on them completely.
Like anything you read on the internet, take all of it with a grain of salt. There is a lot of great information. There's also some misinformation.
A spokesperson for Google telling us in part, for sensitive topics like medical matters, Gemini recommends users consult with qualified professionals. And OpenAI saying ChatGPT is not a substitute for professional medical advice, adding it can be a resource to help people make sense of medical information and feel more prepared for conversations with professionals. Our patients agreeing while the AI suggestions were helpful, they're not ready to ditch real doctors anytime soon.
You feel cared about, you feel like they're really listening to you.
There was more of human touch.
Yeah, and that human touch is important. This year, though, OpenAI, Anthropic, Amazon, and Microsoft's Copilot, they all announced new AI health products that claim to deliver more personalized results. And the Mayo Clinic also recently revealed that it has developed an AI model that can help specialists detect pancreatic cancer up to 3 years before clinical diagnosis. So it's here. There is a place for it. It's just how do we use it?
Yeah, so what's the best recommendation if you want to dabble with AI and use it for your health issues?
Yeah,
what do you
Savannah,
suggest?
The key really is to use it as a supplement. It's not the be-all, end-all. To be really careful about exactly what kinds of personal information that you are sharing online. And here's the thing. If you don't feel good, if you have symptoms that are getting worse, go see a doctor in person. Stop, get off the keyboard and call a real doctor.
Yeah. But it's better than Dr. Google. I feel like it's an upgrade.
Yes.
It is definitely an upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the technology is just going to get better and better.
Better and better. It's just how much are you putting in and how specific is that information to you?
Yeah.
Emily Acano, pop star.
Hey guys, good morning to you. First up, Olivia Rodrigo, the pop superstar, is gearing up to release her third album. You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love later this week.
It's sad girl summer.
It is. And over the weekend, here we go. Olivia made a surprise appearance at the Primavera Sound Music Festival in Barcelona. She was joined on stage by The Cure's Robert Smith for a performance of a new duet off that upcoming album.
I'm not feeling like myself on Amber White Sound, wanting bells up. I'm not feeling like myself, and I'm not hiding it well.
I love that. That song titled What's Wrong With Me marks Olivia's first collaboration with another artist. It will be out on Friday with the rest of the album. I didn't realize that she's never collabed with another artist before.
And I love that she chose The Cure.
Yeah.
That's so cool. She wasn't even alive when The Cure was cool.
Their mutual admiration for one another, I'm obsessed with
But
this. I love
also,
that.
supposedly, according to Mila Hager, pop star correspondent, that was her. A lot of these songs are about a past relationship, and it might have been a music that they shared together. And she has a song called The Cure, which is already released. And one of the reasons she wanted to do that is so that if he put in The Cure to listen to the music.
No way.
Wow. Her
Oh my God.
Mila Hager, we need to hire Mila Hager.
Really went deep on that.
That's a deep pop star investigation.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Niall Horan.
If you know, you know.
Speaking of new albums, the global star released his fourth record, Dinner Party, on Friday, and he stopped by the Capitol Summertime Ball at Wembley Stadium to celebrate. Niall played the new hits and then decided to throw it back with this One Direction classic.
Everybody wanna steal my girl. Everybody wanna take her heart away. Couple million in the whole wide world. Find another one 'cause she belongs to me.
Such a a good one. By the way, Niall will be joining us on Friday for a City Summer concert that you won't want to miss. I love all Niall's new songs. I love his old stuff. It's like, I love the combo of that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and next up, Minions and Monsters. Our favorite little guys are about to return to the big screen. But first, they have a big collab they're working on.
No. James? Okay. Okay. Hello, Wendy. Plutôt goûte à la bikini? Oh, beef.
A milkshake?
Okay, we can exclusively reveal the Minions are teaming up with Wendy's for a special meal, and we've got a taste right here. This is the Banana Frosty Swirl, which is sweet banana cream sauce. Okay, swirled into Wendy's iconic vanilla
trying to avoid
frosty.
the banana part of it.
It looks like
Banana.
chocolate, too. These special Frosties will be available at Wendy's nationwide starting June 15th. What do we think?
I was nervous about it, and I didn't need to be. The color of this yellow disturbed me, but
Have you seen a Minion?
Banana. No, but I don't want to eat a Minion.
I can do a milkshake for breakfast.
Slurp
Works
a
for me
Minion.
Yeah, but Minions are neon.
But actually, this tastes good.
Yeah, I like it.
Right?
You got the chocolate. Do you like the chocolate mixture?
I like the chocolate one.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we got a superstar standing in the wings.
A guy we all love very much around here, Questlove, the Grammy and Oscar winner, has a new documentary out all about the legendary Earth, Wind, and Fire. And we have the man behind the project, Questlove, here now to tell it.
I feel my heart open up.
Okay.
You get to moving. Hey, and then you hear.
That's when the funk starts. I'm saying to myself, if they can do that, what can I do? Prince Michael Jackson.
Oh, we're all going to be grooving this morning.
He's here.
Okay.
How you doing?
All right, so why zero in on this?
You know, Earth, Wind, and Fire figured out what most bands didn't, that their music could be used as a kind of a tool for peace and positivity, which was kind of a new idea in the 70s, you know.
I watched it last night, Quest. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's fantastic, but it's also revealing. Like, folks who thought they knew Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, people think that they came ready-made, like, out of space, and, you know, those crazy costumes and stuff. But, I mean, they've had a lot of struggles, you know, just to get that idea out into the world. Them getting booed in my hometown of Philly, of course. Go Philly.
Philly being Philly.
Right, Philly, typical Philly. But yeah, I mean, just the kind of mountains that they faced. People didn't know that. So I needed them to know the complete story, because we know of Earth, Wind, and Fire, but we don't know Earth, Wind, and Fire.
All right, so this is just an appetizer. Quest is coming back in the third hour. We're going to talk a lot more about this doc.
No one does a documentary like Questlove.
Thank you.
He's been on such a hot streak.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, look
See it a little bit. We got Nick's royalty on the plaza, Al.
There is.
And
That's
some
here.
surprises coming up, too. First, you'll look.
Tracy Morgan. It is a huge day here in New York City. The Knicks ready to host Game 3 of the NBA Finals. First time they've hosted an NBA Finals game this century. And check it out. We got some young fans hanging out with us here on the plaza. You guys ready for tonight?
Yeah!
Okay.
Oh, we got some Knicks royalty here as well. We have legend Patrick Ewing here and super fan Tracy Morgan. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you feeling this morning?
Excited.
Yeah?
I'm very excited. Proud.
Yeah.
Patrick, I mean, listen, you know better than just about anybody else. Game 3, now you've got home court advantage. How much of a difference does that make going into tonight?
Well, you know, we can't come back thinking that, you know, since we're up 2, that it's going to be a cakewalk. We have to stay locked and stay focused, block out all the noise, and just stay focused on the task. Get this one game on tonight, and then worry about the next one on Wednesday.
Are you guys stunned at how, I mean, the New York Knicks have taken over New York City. I mean, everything is orange and blue. It's like we've been waiting for this.
Well,
Go ahead.
This city has been through a lot. Since 9/11 and COVID, we've been through a lot. Don't you think we deserve to be a little happy?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all happy?
Yeah!
But I think that they not only have taken over New York, they've taken over the whole world.
Yeah.
The whole world. Everywhere the Knicks have been, every series, we have taken over all of those arenas, so we love it.
One of the things I've enjoyed watching is how much respect and love they have shown to guys like you, guys who help build the franchise, because you've been with them every step of the way in the playoffs, too.
Yeah, I have.
And you played with Jalen Brunson's dad back in the day. Do you have any memories of a young Jalen Brunson running around MSG as a kid?
I do have a lot of memories. Yeah, he's always in the locker room, always in our lockers. But I think that Rick and Jay and the mom and dad have done an outstanding job of raising a great man. And Jalen is a special player, a special person, and I'm happy that he's part of the Knicks franchise.
And Patrick, you were on the team in the 90s. Last time they were in the finals, right? Okay. So.
Yes, I was there, but I'm doing the same thing this final that I did that one. I'm just sitting there and watching.
You were hurt, though.
I was hurt.
Jalen has turned out to be a Ghostbuster. There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Jalen Brunson.
And Ghostbusters was released 41 years ago today.
Wow.
All signs.
Tell us about Celebrity Row. Who's the biggest fan? Is it you? Timothy?
When you say super fan, I don't understand that. We're a fan like the rest of them. Those people sitting all the way up there, those are the super fans.
That's right.
Amen.
Actually,
they're the super
that's
fans.
Right. That brings us to these kids that are right here. They are super fans. We've got Wesme here and Maurice. Who is the captain of your team? Somebody here, right? Is it you?
What's your name?
Wesme.
What have you learned watching the Knicks so far these playoffs?
I learned that they have like good defense and good team chemistry.
Yeah, I'd say so. How would you describe your team, by the way?
My team is good. We're the goats.
All right. You both are involved in the Garden of Dreams Foundation. For folks who don't know, who don't live in New York City, what is Garden of Dreams all about?
Well, to me, the Garden of Dreams is the best thing about the Knicks because they get to help inner city kids, and I was once one of those inner city kids. So someone believed in me, now look at me, so I have to give it back. And I love that part of it.
Yeah,
I love that part of it.
I just want to add to that, you know, we were all once these kids. We're all from lower income or wherever we're from, and I think that the Knicks have done an outstanding job of giving back to the community. That's what life is all about, helping the next person to reach their destination. I think that is great.
Well,
you've got a surprise for us, don't you?
Yes, we do. We have a surprise that you guys will be coming to the game tonight. We're giving out 250 tickets to 250 kids, so they'll be coming to the game not only tonight, but also Wednesday night.
Wow! Are you guys busy? Do you think you can make it?
You gonna be able to make it tonight?
Let's go!
Gonna be able to make it? Woo! You gonna be able to go? You gonna be able to go?
Yeah.
What do you want to say to Mr. Ewing and Mr. Morgan?
I want to say thank you. Thank you really very much.
What they probably don't realize is that's like $250,000 right now in New York City.
How about that?
That's awesome.
You guys have a great time.
That's awesome.
Oh, well done.
Awesome.
Have a good time.
Oh, Patrick, Tracy.
We have raised over $1 million from the Celebrity Row raffle.
Wow.
So that's one of the largest in the Garden of Dreams history. So we'd like to thank all the fans of New York for supporting not only the Knicks, but also these kids.
Well done.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Wow. Go Knicks!
Go
Knicks! While the rest of us watching from home, luckily our Plaza crowd, they're rocking some new Knicks swag this morning as well to keep the Knicks fever high on the streets of New York. So enjoy all your Knicks swag.
We're back with Steven Spielberg's iconic film that made everyone fall in love with E.T. and made a young Eve Hewson fall in love with movies. Well, now she is starring in the legendary director's return to the alien genre. It's called Disclosure Day. Can you believe it? Eve plays a former nun whose boyfriend is trying to reveal the truth, forcing her to question everything.
Does God love us? I don't mean does he love us. I know he does. Does he love only us? Because Genesis says that we're his supreme creation, but do you think it's possible that on Earth What?
Genesis. It says, we are God's supreme creation on earth.
Do you think there could be others?
Ooh, that's a cliffhanger. Eve Houston, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We had to show the E.T. clip because not only is it Steven Spielberg's probably most famous alien movie, it's definitely your favorite movie of all time.
It's my favorite movie of all time. I know that everybody loves E.T., but I loved E.T. like deeply, and it was the movie that made me fall in love with cinema.
I heard that you actually posted a picture that when you were little and you saw the movie the first time, you cut your hair short and demanded to be called Elliot.
Yes, I wanted to be like Elliot so bad that I cut off all my hair and I didn't answer to Eve for like 2 years. It was crazy.
So fast forward, Steven Spielberg calls you and says, I want you to be in Disclosure Day. I mean, what did you, let's just slow down and enjoy this moment. What did that mean to you?
It was the biggest surprise I think I've ever had in my life, in my career, probably that I'll ever have. But I literally was asleep and my agent called me nonstop and I answered the phone and he was like, I'm so sorry, but wants to Zoom with you in an hour and a half. I was like, what? You broke up?
Oh, no, stop.
He goes, Steven Spielberg would like to Zoom with you in an hour and a half. I was like, what? He goes, get out of bed.
Oh, my God. Really? Wait, is this a dream sequence? Is this real?
It was a very big day for me.
And when you saw the script, were you surprised at the role? I mean, you were really like the moral conscience of the movie, and it's a huge role.
It's a huge role, and when he told me about it, I thought I would die on like page 2. And then I was like, there's more scenes. And I got to the end of the script and I was like, I'm in the entire movie. This is crazy.
I heard there was a special visitor that came
oh my Lord.
To the set.
Oh my Lord.
Tell us about it.
Well, I was really nervous. We can't give anything away, but there is a big sequence with my character and Colin Firth's character, and I was terrified for this day. Working with Spielberg, working with Colin Firth, and of course I get to set, and President Obama decides to come to set that day.
Oh, normal.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Totally normal.
And I heard he kind of drew a crowd, too. Like all the other cast members
came. The whole cast came. All of a sudden, it was a spectacle. And I thought, oh, well, we won't be acting today if Obama's here. Yeah. And then Spielberg looks at me and he goes, you're up, kid. Let's go shoot this scene. And I was like, he's going to watch the whole thing?
I was going to say, we can't give it away, but, like, it's not a minor scene.
It's the big scene.
It is the scene.
Yeah.
Well, you pulled it off.
Thank you.
Definitely. Your father is Bono.
Yes.
And I heard that he was trying to chat alien language with Emily Blunt.
Oh, he's like such an embarrassing dad. But yes, Emily was...
Last time you were here, you called him the Kris Jenner of dads. He's like a stage dad.
He is. He texts me like reviews on things and all that. He's very involved. But yeah, we had Emily over for dinner, and the minute she walked in, he started doing the alien language that she does in the trailer, and I was like, please stop, like, please.
He's so cringe.
Yes.
Yeah. Eve, thank you so much. Disclosure Day is out. Oh, it's just getting started too. We have the cast. We have Josh O'Connor here tomorrow.
Yes, he's amazing.
Yeah, and the movie from our sister company, Universal Pictures, it's Friday. It hits theaters Friday. Thank you so much.
We are back now, 8:47, with Hollywood powerhouse Amy Adams. She's a 6-time Oscar nominee with incredible performances in movies like American Hustle, Doubt, Vice, just to name a few. But in her newest project, a series that's reimagining the horror thriller Cape Fear, Amy stars as a successful lawyer whose world is about to change when a former client is released from prison.
I need to call a tree guy. One bad storm, a couple of these are blowing over.
You ever look around and wonder, do we deserve all this?
No.
Oh, and that's just the beginning.
Storm is brewing.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So this is a remake of an adaptation.
Yes.
So
yes.
what is it about this particular version of the story that when you saw the script you're like, yes?
Well, I think that each time it's been reimagined, it reflects the times in which it's being made. And what I thought that Nick Antosca and all the executive producers and producers did so well is bring like the modern threat of technology and sort
Yes.
of the unknown of like who's behind all of the, you know, texts and all that information.
Yes.
So it creates this voyeuristic threat that feels very omnipresent, whether it be through security cameras, phone, you name it. Yeah.
Your co-star, one of your co-stars here, Javier Bardem.
Yes.
He plays evil very well.
He does, doesn't he?
What's he like off camera?
So nice. He's like the happiest, most lovely. But I mean, he then transforms into these dynamic villains, so to speak. But he's really the nicest.
And it's funny because he does play, like, he does villainous characters often.
He does. Well, I mean, he has such a knack for it. But I think it is like, he's such a good actor to begin with. But he's so great on set. And I don't know, he just has like this way of approaching a character that is charming and yet extremely scary and threatening. So
one of the things I really enjoy about this adaptation, if you will, your accent. I'm from South Carolina.
Thank you.
And then I was talking to some folks, and they were like, you know, Amy, she does a lot of Southern roles. In fact, I want you to take a look here.
Oh, no.
We've strung together some of, so this is Amy Adams down south.
Oh, God.
Children are the most important thing. They're so important.
Oh, you know me. I always land on my feet.
Barkley, oh my gosh, isn't that where you went, Daddy?
Is there any way Max could know about what we did?
It has been really nice, Alan. Thank you.
If somebody says, bless your heart, what they really mean is you.
By the way, facts. But you're from Colorado.
I'm from Colorado, yeah.
How do you nail the Southern accent?
You know, each character has a different sort of way that I approach it. With this one, she's from a lot of different places, so there's a lot of different influences. We didn't have her being strictly from Savannah, so she has a lot of different influences from the South, sort of like a wink into where her past is that we'll find out more about in the show.
Is there like a word or phrase that you go to sort of get into your...
Oh my gosh, it's a weird one. It's my dialect coach on one of them taught it's where it goes. Now I feel weird. I have to do it because it's like two tutors who tutored the toot. Anyway,
Give it to me.
She'll know. Two tutors who tutored the toot. They tutored two tutors to toot. Said the toot to the tutor. Anyway, it keeps going. We don't have all morning.
But that's how you get into it.
Yeah.
Well, you're nailing it.
Thank you
done.
so much.
We were just talking about Mr. Spielberg a few minutes ago.
Yeah, he's the best.
And, well, I mean, Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
He directed you in that how many years ago now? It was like...
A few?
Yeah, just a few.
How many? Over 20.
And he's the executive producer on this project as well.
It's my first time getting to work with him since then, and like...
In all that time?
In all that time, yeah. But it was like, I just so wanted to do a good job for him on this. Like, it was, the want and need to please him was just as present as it was like 20-some years ago, because he is such a champion, you know.
We saw your red carpet picture, that you were there with your husband and your daughter.
My daughter,
your
16-year-old, yeah.
So she's able to watch Mom now.
Yeah, she gets to see. This was the first premiere that she sat through and watched. She loves horror and thrillers, so she really loved it.
So she's more Cape Fear than Enchanted.
At this point, yeah.
Do you see her perhaps going into the family business or no?
We'll see. Right now she has a lot of varied interests, so we'll see sort of where she lands. Yeah.
Amy, thank you. This is such a treat.
I really appreciate it.
And the series as well. I'm only 3 episodes in, but yeah.
It gets fun.
Oh, it already is.
Yeah.
Cape Fear, by the way, it is streaming now. It is on Apple TV. New episodes are going to drop every Friday. Yeah. I thought we were going to get them all at once, so now I've got to wait.
No, you got to.
I've got to be patient. Okay.
Appointment television.
Yes. Oh, it's like back in the 90s.
Oh, look, Smucker's jars time.
That's right. Here we go. Let's spin those Smucker's jars and show you some real cuties. First up, it's a happy first birthday to Sloan Burley of Clifton Corners, New York. Look at those cheeks.
I know.
Favorite hobbies include climbing, playing with her big sister, Fiona, and sometimes even sleeping.
Sometimes.
Happy first birthday to Micah Rudd of Orleans, Indiana. Loves going to church and singing during worship time. Okay. Palmer O'Neill of Key West, Florida is 1 year old. She starts her morning by watching Today with her mama, followed by some swimming and some splashing. Happy first birthday as well to John Brooks of Miami, Florida. He loves playing, swinging, and eating lots of blueberries. And he's excited to soon become a big brother. Claire Ferguson of Newcastle, Oklahoma is one. This little adventurer loves nature and spending time outdoors. And last but not least, happy first birthday to Benjamin Quezada of Sacramento, California. A little dancer who doesn't skip a beat when it comes to his favorite music, mariachi.
All right.
Yes.
Love that.
Well done. All right. Third hour, fourth hour coming up. By the way, coming up on the third hour, Questlove on that must-see new documentary about the legendary Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And you guest hosting on the fourth hour.
Oh, yeah, on the fourth hour.
That's right.
First, you're looking for some weather. I know, I forgot.
Working a double.
I am.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.